how's it going? So this week has been pretty busy. I mean, obviously it was Christmas, so because my grandma passed away recently this year, we weren't really gonna hold like a huge gathering that we usually do on Christmas Day. So instead of that, only my immediate family of my sister's family and brother came over to visit. And we mainly just spent the day together catching up on stuff and then played a few games and then my mum made lunch and then after that we went over to my brother's place for dinner. And overall it was quite a different Christmas than I usually have because when we all gather as a whole family it's around 30 people. But this year it was only about 11 of us, so quite a smaller gathering this year, but I think overall it was still quite nice. I mean, sure, it was a shame that I couldn't see all of my cousins, and recently, because we've been getting more members, we usually like to host at each of our family's houses. We take turns each year on where we decide to spend Christmas, and because now there's 40 of us in the family, it's getting more difficult to sort of host that many people in one house. So I guess this year everyone decided to sort of spend Christmas with their own immediate families in their own places. So did we as well. So it was quite a different Christmas than the usual, but I think overall it was still quite nice. And then to get myself in the Christmas spirit, I decided to watch my favourite Christmas movie, which is The Polar Express. Now, The Polar Express is a CGI movie that came out back in 2004. And I remember the first time I watched it, I was actually quite confused at what was going on, and because there's a lot of odd and strange sort of scenes in that movie that as a kid I just couldn't really grasp what was going on or what the point of it was. But a few years after that I watched it again and I actually understood it a lot better. And I even cried as well the second time I watched it. It was just such an emotional and magical experience that time. And it's just become one of those really powerful and nostalgic memories for me. And when I watched it again for the third time just recently, I didn't cry, but I was actually tearing up a bit. But yeah, overall it's still just such an amazing movie and just has a lot of Christmas spirit in it and really does just set the mood for me for this time of year. So if you haven't watched The Polar Express, then I highly recommend it because I just feel it's such an amazing and emotional movie. And I feel this Christmas, I've actually feel that I've been spoiled quite a bit with a lot of gifts. I usually get quite a few gifts anyway each year, but I feel that this year I just somehow got that extra bit of more. My mum gave me some, my friend gave me some, my brother, my sister, just a lot of close family just gave me a lot of gifts this year, and I like to show you what I got. So, first of all, in the stocking, I got this movie. And although I've got the movie already, I still really appreciate this gift. I also received a packet of chocolate in my stocking. And then my mum and her friend gave me some Chinese money. So in Chinese tradition, whenever it's holidays or Christmas or New Year's, we often like to give each other these red slips that contain money. It's just like a present or something. We give red slips of money, so I appreciate these. And then from my brother, I received this Christmas mug which has marshmallows and hot chocolate and stuff. so quite a nice set, very Christmassy sort of gift. My brother also got me this movie, which is Who Finds a Friend Finds a Treasure. And this is one of those movies that I have a lot of nostalgia for growing up. Like, I remember just watching this movie a lot of times back in the day. And back then we owned it on videotapes, and in modern times, like, all our videotapes have sort of lost away somewhere in the storage, but I always remember this movie and I've always been looking out for it. But I suppose my brother found out, and so he decides to get me this, so this is a very nostalgic and cool gift for me. My brother also got me the Diamond Select Pete figure, which is a character from the Kingdom Hearts video games. And this just happens to be my favourite character from the game as well, so this is a very cool gift. And lastly, my brother got me this LBX model kit, which is a character from the Little Battle Experience anime or video game, whichever you like. And this is one of those series that I enjoy quite a lot as well, so it's pretty cool to get a model kit from this. Moving on to my sister, she got me, like every year, she gets me and my brother some mince pies, so I guess it's sort of a tradition now. And she also got me this radio controlled helicopter, and I've always enjoyed playing things with like radio controlled and stuff, so receiving this is pretty cool. And then moving on to what my cousins got me. They got me another LBX model kit of another character. So I wasn't expecting to receive 2 model kits this year, but overall it's very nice and cool. Cousin also got me Shenmue 3. And lastly but not least, my friend got me is a weighted blanket. And what it's supposed to be is a blanket. When you cover yourself with it, it's supposed to feel like someone is hugging you. And apparently these are supposed to work well, or it's like a solution for people with mental health. I've already tried it out a few times, and other than it being really warm and just really heavy when you're transporting it, when I cover myself with it, it does feel strangely like someone is hugging me. Like, it does feel, it's like I know I'm not being hugged by someone, but at the same time it feels like I am. So it's a really weird sort of psychological thing. Yeah, just have to see where it goes from here the more I use it, really. So hopefully hope it goes well. But yeah, that's all my gifts this year. So like I said, I feel a bit spoilt with all these gifts, but I really am grateful for all of them. And then as for the rest of the week, so other than the Christmas holidays and stuff, I've just mainly still been focusing on like my story. Like, I kind of reread through it all again and sort of corrected a lot of mistakes and added some stuff. So now I'd like to go through it again and add even more stuff, because I've got like a few more ideas in my head to add to it. So hopefully I'd like to go through that sometime soon. And then as for my mood, I guess overall it's been a bit up and down. Like, I've been down on some days where I just kind of stay in my room and just sort of stay in bed and just, I don't know, just overly feel somewhat depressed, I guess. But once my sister and stuff came round, I think my mood was slightly lifted, but overall it's still, I wouldn't say like overly high or excited, but just slightly lifted, just because it's like the holidays and stuff. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much for this video. So like, me just been enjoying the Christmas holidays, had a small family gathering. Like I said, spoiled with gifts this year, and my mood has just been somewhat up and down, but just the usual mood really. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. So I guess the next time I'll see you will be in 2020. So hopefully all of you have a happy new year, and let's have a positive year for all of us going forward. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.